excited. Just can't hide it. What's up, sons? It's Blind Red with Son of a Tech once again, and I have found one of the most exciting tricks in cryptocurrency mining on GPUs since probably flashing the RX 5700 to the 5700 XT and modifying the memory timings. And that is going to be utilizing this beautiful Intel Arc A770 limited edition 16 gigabyte GPU to mine Dynex. And we've tripled the original hash rate. Let's get into it right after a word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Coastal Crypto. Coastal Crypto can be found at coastalcryptomining.com via the affiliate link down in the description below. They don't want to take up a lot of your time, and neither do I, because I want to get into the video. They're here to help miners find parts. If you're looking for ASICs or even GPUs or any other parts, be sure to check them out. Use promo code SOAT at checkout for 5% off any purchase on the website. Welcome back. So I was working on my reviews for the A770 8 gigabyte and the A770 16 gigabyte. I have all of those numbers getting ready for you guys, and we'll have reviews for each individual card coming out a little bit later. But for today, what I wanted to show you guys was this beautiful beast over here mining Dynex at 3.5 kilohash a second. Now, when I originally booted the machine up for testing and put it on Dynex, I ended up having around 1.6 kilohash a second, which is indicative of just an A770 8 gigabyte or an A77 or A750 in general. So I was like, oh man, kind of bummed out. But then I was like, maybe not all the memory is being utilized. How could I utilize all of the memory? And what I discovered is that I could run multiple instances of SRB miner in MMPOS. Now, if you aren't familiar with MMPOS, please check out my how to install MMPOS video for Intel GPU mining rigs, and that one we launched earlier this week. So check this out. Right here in MMPOS, you can see that we are showing right now currently 3.46 kilohash a second. However, if we scroll down, the Intel Arc is only reporting 1.2 kilohash a second. But what you'll notice here is we have 3 instances of SRB miner running right now. So what we ended up doing here was just going over to our miner profiles, taking our Dynex SRB, and then just going here and duplicating the profile. And then after we duplicated the profile, we went back to the rig and we went ahead and clicked switch miner profile and highlighted and selected the 2 extra Dynex profiles. At that point, the miners rebooted. We got a warning saying that we shouldn't apply more than 2 miners to a single GPU, but that's okay. It worked anyways. And then you say, well, is that really true? Is it reporting on the pool? And yes, currently on the pool, you can see the current hash rate is 3.39 kilohash a second. Scrolling down, you'll see, sorry about the pause, the Uber Eats guy got here and actually startled me because he tried to open the door. I don't know why, but it is what it is. All right, getting back into this, if we go ahead and go back to, and then we were interrupted by a phone call, but let's go ahead and continue. So what I was going to show you guys is our current hash rate is reporting at the pool as it's reporting in MMPOS. And if we scroll down here, we can see that basically it appends the end of each mining instance with another number. So we have the original mining instance here, and then mining instance 2 and mining instance 3. This is all just the single GPU running. And we have the 929 hash a second, the 1.17 kilohash a second, and the 1.29 kilohash a second right now, totaling out to that 3.39 kilohash a second. So what's the power? Well, the power ends up being at right now 110 watts, and I haven't really messed with any overclocking. The other thing that I haven't done is gone in and put all of the CPU load back on the CPU. Stay tuned for the final review of the A770 hash rates later on this week. If you're interested in that, I was just super excited to show this off. So we had an average hash rate for a little while of like 3510 hash a second, but let's go ahead and tune that down to the 3390 at the 110 watts and calculate that out. And we are making 45 cents a day on this particular GPU. Now, what will be awesome is when SRB Miner can utilize all of the memory in the Intel Arc A770. But as it sits now, this does make it one of the most profitable GPUs on Dynex for the price. And that is really where it comes down. What it really comes down to is because you have a 16 gigabyte GPU for under $400. In this particular case, I believe it was like $350. So this is really something to take a look at. Obviously, more support's needed for Intel, more overclocking support, all that sort of stuff. I'm very aware of it. But this is also why I enjoy testing out new hardwares, because you get to play and discover new stuff like this. Another thing is I wanted to show you guys that we do have a little bonus here. I do have my Intel rig running on Ergo right now, and I actually have to tune this one down. But I like this little feature that I wanted to show you guys. If we go into here, I found that around 1400 seems to be pretty good. Another thing that I noticed here too is that if we run more than 5 GPUs on a single, if we run more than 4 GPUs on a single rig, we end up having a little bit of hash rate issues, which is interesting. And that's something that I'm testing as well. And that seems to be anything over, like I said, 5 GPUs. We end up dropping a little bit of hash rate on one of the GPUs. But once I discover that issue, I'll let you know. But in MMPOS, what you can do is click Apply Similar. And it'll say 4 GPUs that are similar found. And you click Yes and click Save Overclocks. Check this out. It doesn't apply it to the A770. It only applies it to the A750s that are in the rig. I really like that feature. And then of course we can just come in here on the A770 and it's the same overclock. So I'll just click apply and save the overclock changes there. But we have this running on Ergo right now on 2 miners. It's been extremely efficient at this point. So definitely interested to see, you know, if we can get more than 4 GPUs running on on Intel, or running 4 GPUs with Intel, and actually get the full hash rate out of all of them. This is across all algorithms. You'll see one GPU just start to drop down. And if you swap GPUs, it just, the problem just moves with whatever lane that's on, right? So this one's on like the 5th lane. Kind of interesting. I thought you guys might be interested in looking at that. But other than that, don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and comment so you'll be notified when we come out with the A780 hash rate review, as well as the A770 8 gigabyte hash rate review and the A770 16 gigabyte hash rate review. Those are coming later in the week. And we also have the Osprey E300 that we'll be doing a full teardown and review of later in the week too. So lots of content to get to. I am burning that midnight oil, and hopefully it pays off and everybody gets to learn something. I'll see you next Tuesday.